Let's go! Episode 3 of Jon Does. Let's go! I think I have everything going, right? Chatter's not working again today. Sorry, guys. I mean, it's there. And you can kind of see it. I think I need to adjust the text box or something on it. Whatever. I'll keep messing with this. There's a lot of stuff I'm learning with Streamlabs, which is what I'm using for streaming. It's essentially a digital director board, and yeah, it's quite fun to use. I just don't know it all yet. I got a little bit of, things to work out. I want to get people on this show, and not just here in the studio, in my room. I would like, well, obviously, hopefully one day this is in a studio, but I want to get people in on discussions. I want to have discussions. I don't want to just sit here and babble and have you guys listen to me just spouting off nonsense, and also trying to switch at the same time as talking to you guys. So anyways, welcome to episode 3 of Jon Does. I haven't done a lot lately. No, that's not true. I've been doing this podcast, I guess. This live stream. And it's been real fun. I've been enjoying it so far. I hope to grow as a content creator and as a channel in general. Yeah, I'm just looking for just getting better at all this. That includes me speaking too. Yesterday I was a little tired and multitasking, and don't have it all down yet, guys. Just give me a little bit of time. I'm just still working on it. Well, welcome to the channel. If you want to help support this channel, obviously subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. But I have a merch store where you can buy cool stuff like this sweet baseball tee I'm rocking. I have more designs on different style baseball tees, or different color schemes. They're not all black on gray or black on white. There's some other cool stuff there. So if you guys wouldn't mind checking that out, it would be cool to help grow this channel. Like I said, sorry, I forgot to repost my link here to my social, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Sorry about that. I'm on my laptop over here. I have my desktop in front of me and my laptop right below the camera on my desk. So, yeah. We'll get this post going and get started here shortly. I don't want all that. Live now. There we go. Yep, that's it. There we go. It's on my Facebook. I've reposted to my Facebook. So let me do one more thing. I'm really sorry. I really don't like doing this. I just gotta reshare one more time. Oops. All right, there we go. There we go. It's Friday, guys. I'm just kidding. It's not Friday. It's Thursday. It's Thursday at 5 p.m. June 30th, the day after Pat's birthday. Had a good time last night. We went to Wood Ranch. We had some brisket and tri-tip and ribs and mac and cheese and mashed potatoes. It was delicious. Always start off with the chips and guac. Love it. I love me some chips and guacamole. It's my lifeblood. That and cheese. Cheese keeps me alive. For sure. At this point. All right. Well, what do we got today? I honestly don't have a whole lot until the second half of the episode. The second half of the episode is going to be really fun. I have an idea I wanted to throw out there, and I wanted to see if anybody wanted to join in the conversation. Help me with some of this. There's some fan castings that we'll be doing. I've been thinking about this for a little bit, and really interested to see what you guys think, considering the state of movies, comic book movies specifically, where we're at, where we've come from, and where we're going. What do we got? What do I have in my top discussion? My first real discussion is just kind of letting you guys know where I'm coming from with video games. I know I talked about it a little bit before. I think episode 1. I've not always been. I'm not a big gamer. I'll just say I'm not a big gamer. I've played video games throughout my life, varying games, and I go through phases really, where I'll play a game here or there, or in the last 2 years or so, just really taking a couple of days off of life, just getting through my 6th or 7th playthrough on Breath of the Wild. I mentioned before, I grew up in I was born in 84, and I remember when the original I kind of remember when the original Nintendo came out, and I remember when my dad and my brother had gone to the store and come back with a Nintendo, and we had, dang, my hair's in my mouth, sorry, let me adjust. I had some we had Duck Hunt and the track game. You throw the trackpad down and you run on the blue and the red spots to jump hurdles. Awesome, sweet jumping hurdles, and then the stupid dog at the end of Duck Hunt. Y'all remember Duck Hunt? Nobody? No, I'm just kidding. Some people probably remember Duck Hunt. You missed that stupid dog would just laugh at you. Like, you idiot. I bet we all tried to shoot that dog at the end. It didn't do anything, but, don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at somebody with a gun, basically. Just a smart rule to live by, I think, in general. I used to eat psychedelics with friends at times and play what was it? Super Mario World for Super Nintendo. And then I think there was Yoshi's Island. I think we played both of those. So I've had systems on and off for my whole life, really. There's college years and times in between when I didn't have any systems, and that was always good for me. As you guys can see, I play music. I have all these guitars back here, and I trust me, I've been working on what I consider to be my best record for about 3 years now. It's not done. I'm in a vocal stage. We can talk about all that later. So I spent a lot of time working on music, learning to record better, and then as I have gotten older, started doing more video production stuff. But COVID, well, really, it was before COVID. I was living in Sacramento, and I was about to move in with a friend of mine. And before we moved in, I figured we might not want cable. And so instead of cable, I bought a Nintendo Wii U so I could stream stuff. So we just had our internet package, and then I think Netflix and one or two other things for a while. But I started playing games again, and there was there was a Mario game for Wii U. It was re-released. Oh, what game? Which one is that? I can't remember at this point. It was really fun. You had to like blow into the microphone and stuff to make things go up and down. It's just trippy game, and it's cool to see how technology is how they're adapting technology into games. I know it's just like a microphone on the controller, and you blow into it, and a fan would spin, and the platform you're standing on would go up or whatever. Or touch screen. There would be a box that you'd have to, touch to pop out so Mario could jump up onto a thing here or there. And so I started playing a little bit more. My buddy Brandon and I spent a couple of nights just running through some of these games. And then I moved back to Southern California. I can get into a whole life story thing in one of these episodes. I should probably do that. Because I've been around. I've been all over the West Coast, most of the West Coast, or a lot of it, I should say. And then my roommate bought Breath of the Wild when that came out, and he played it on my Nintendo. And then when we moved out, there was, sometimes you and your roommates like owe each other a couple bucks or whatever, and he's like, hey, do you just want to take this? He owed me like $40-50 or something like that. So he's like, do you just want Breath of the Wild? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? That's fine. So I ended up playing it when I moved back here in Southern California. I was living in Sacramento. And then I moved back down to Southern California, where I'm from originally. And I had a bunch of time on my hands, so I played Breath of the Wild, and I think my current total is 6 playthroughs, maybe 7. Might be 7. Done Master Mode like 2 or 3 times, and I played like the normal mode 2 or 3 times. So yeah, you know what? I think I played Master Mode twice, and I think I've played regular mode like 4 times. It would be about 6, something like that. It's something like that. I love that game. It's great. It did something similar to me that watching that first Avengers movie did for me in 2012. It reignited an interest in video games, and it also kind of opened my eyes to what was happening with video games, because we weren't getting a ton of or I hadn't been playing a ton of video games, and so I didn't really see. And I'd see things here and there, obviously commercials or some of my friends playing various games, and it looked cool, but I never really for myself immersed too much in like nice graphics or just immersive gameplay as much. And like I've stated before, one of my favorite, actually not one of my favorite video game series is The Legend of Zelda. I haven't played all of them. Well, maybe if this streaming stuff goes well, maybe I'll start streaming some of those games I haven't played. I have a bunch of games over here I still haven't gotten into. But yeah, through the pandemic, I basically played a bunch of Nintendo Switch games. I ended up getting a Switch a couple of years ago, and played Breath of the Wild again. And what else was there? I can't remember the whole list of stuff I have. Obviously, I could go through and pull up. Man, every time I'm live streaming, I'm just like gassy. I apologize. Where was I? I had played. Yeah, I don't remember all of the games I had started with, but I think there was like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which is fun. I'm not the biggest like arcade style. I liked the game, don't get me wrong. But in general, I don't turn on a system to go play like beat 'em ups. I do like the first person style, open world basically, and so that's where Breath of the Wild really captivated me. You had a lot of options to do cool stuff, and you got to choose how you did it. It was just it still is an amazing experience. If you're not a big gamer, you like video games and haven't played Breath of the Wild, oh boy, you should go go pick up a Switch and play Breath of the Wild. It's a really fun game. And it's I mean, there's people still doing dumb stuff with it, you know. You still see a bunch of Twitch streamers or whatever playing and breaking the game and figuring out weird glitches and whatnot. I think, what was next? There was something else in my list that came up. I guess it would have been Black Flag. I had never played many any Assassin's Creed games, and there was this pack for Switch. I'm sure some people have seen it, where it's a dual pack. It is Black Flag and Rogue. And actually, I still haven't even played Rogue. I just played Black Flag. That game is awesome. I have since purchased PlayStation 5 and will be getting into some of the newer games because I haven't played really any of them aside from Black Flag. And I know there's been a bunch of Assassin's Creed games since. So So I'm looking forward to getting into some of those because one of the games I'll get into this as I move forward. Well, okay, you know what? Screw it. I bought the PS5 not long ago when there was an opportunity to get one, and the first games that I played I played Battlefront finally. I didn't really play any Star Wars Battlefront previous because, like I said, not much of a gamer. I like the game. I do not like the online element of it. I want to just run in and apparently, I guess you can't level up your character without doing it online, and I don't like that so much. I'm not hating on people who like to game online and play like massive battle modes and stuff like that. I'm not discouraging that at all. That's just not my style so much. And so when I do play, I like to just kind of explore, run around, and I suck at shooting. I do not have good aim. I've gotten a little better with that game. I just I don't know. Just not very good. And it would be nice if offline I was able to up my character, but as far as I know, that's not a thing. What? I don't know why I'm drawing a complete blank on some of these games that I played. I played some really awesome ones. Oh, the first one I started was God of War. I forget which one. It's the last one, not the last one that was released. And I don't know why I stopped with that. I think I was just excited to start playing more PlayStation games. So I started playing God of War, and I got I played for like 2 days, 3 days with that before I just popped in a new game. And I usually like to just finish one thing off before I start another. So I do have games waiting for me because I have not finished some of these other ones. And then I started playing. I've played. Oh, the one that I was in the middle of last was the Spider-Man game, the first Spider-Man for PS4. And whenever it's pretty fun. I do like a lot of them. The gameplay mechanics, swinging around New York is really fun. Running up giant buildings and then diving off. It's really fun. Both Breath of the Wild and Spider-Man made me forget actual physics in real life. I went camping with some friends a couple of years ago, and were we in Bishop? Outside of Bishop somewhere. I forget. Ian would remember. If Ian's watching this, comment where we were camping, because I don't remember. This was when Ian was still living in Ridgecrest. Oh, we went out to go camping, and I just remember looking up at the mountain and being like, dude, I could run up that mountain in like 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, eat a hearty durian, and then jump off the top and paraglide down. And I was like, dude, that's not how this works in real life. You played way too much Breath of the Wild. Spider-Man also makes me want to run up buildings, pretend that I can like walk on the side of on a wall, you know? It made me think that I could run up and then just jump off and then swing from building to building. I haven't tried it yet. I don't think I will. There's some iffy logic behind the real life actions behind running and swinging off buildings. Let's see what I have. And then for PS5, I played probably my second favorite game of all time. It's a beautiful, beautiful game. I mentioned this on episode 1. Ghosts of Tsushima is amazing. It's beautiful. It's got the right kind. It's got the right elements in an open world. You can get lost just doing side quests. You can get lost just running around, fighting Mongolians. It's kind of the whole point. The premise of the game is Mongolians basically attacking Japan, the islands of Japan, which my brother lived in Mongolia for 2 years. So I reached out to him at one point and I asked him if there was any historical precedent that he was aware of the Mongolians trying to get to Japan. And as far as he said, there wasn't really any history other than something about there might have been an attempt at one point and maybe a tsunami or a large storm prevented the Mongols from landing. I'm not super familiar with that history, but it is interesting, and I did get to go to Mongolia when he was living there, and it is a beautiful, beautiful place. If you ever get a chance to visit, it's worth it. There's some breathtaking landscape out there, and the people that I met were lovely, really inviting people for the most part. At least the immediate family and friends that we'd met in Mongolia. So Ghost of Tsushima. If you don't have a PlayStation 5 and you're trying to get one, wait till you can and then get this game. If you already have a PlayStation 5 and don't have Ghost of Tsushima, get this game. I think it was originally released on PS4. There's a lot of up and down conversion for some of the games. You can play most of the PS4 games I think you can play on PS5, and some of the games for PS4 you can play on or were designed for PS5, I guess. And Ghost of Tsushima has a director's cut. I played the director's cut. I don't know what it was like before. I think the director's cut comes with DLC stuff already. Yeah, I can't really tell you how much I love this game. I really hesitate to say spoilers for anything because there aren't really any spoilers, but it's super fun. And yeah, you go and pick up various one of my favorite things actually was just getting the various costumes for your character. He picks up new stuff, new garments and whatnot through gameplay, and he looks really cool. He's got a bunch of really cool outfits throughout the game. Let's see. It is already 5:30. I've been going for about a half an hour already. I'm not gonna bore you with my life story on video games too much. other than I'll leave you with, I still have games to play. I have I've never played any of the Uncharted games, and there was a Uncharted deal with two of the games in a package together, so I picked that up. We'll play that eventually. Jedi Fallen Order, I want to play. I'm a little nervous about some of the game mechanics and how hard some things can be. I've heard some people say that using some of your Jedi abilities can be frustrating, and so I really want to play it for the story, but I'm also a little bit nervous about the gameplay. And then the last one that I really wanted to play too, I didn't even hear about the first game until I saw a trailer for this game, Horizon Forbidden West. So I have that too, just ready to go, and haven't started that one yet, but that one might be next up on the list. So those are the games that I have that I will be trying to play sometime soon, I guess. But yeah, so we'll do some more video game conversations at some point later on when I'm either playing more or if anybody's chiming in and wants to have more discussion about cool video games, what I'm playing, what you guys are playing. I want to hear it. If you have any recommendations for me for PS5. Again, I do tend to enjoy more open world games. Breath of the Wild, Ghost of Tsushima, Black Flag was awesome. That's another one I have. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That I haven't played yet either, and that one also makes me a little nervous just because of I guess gameplay. I don't know. Oh, Mark's here. Hey, Mark. Did you say Red Dead 2? Yeah, that one looks kind of cool. I could check out I could check out Red Dead at some point. Okay. Yeah. I'll put that on my list. I'll that one has looked pretty cool. I have seen some of the gameplay on that. And do you recommend the first one at all, or just jump into the second one? It's actually good, and you have a Wild West adventure. Yeah, that sounds great. I love Western stuff. I've been writing a Western TV show, a Deadwood-style TV show that will probably end up being part of my short that I shoot for my certificate, my directing certificate that I'm working on. The final class is basically a third workshop where I have to put a short together. Mark says the first one's good, but not necessary to play the second one. Okay, cool. If it's one of those things where like, maybe play the first one, I'd give it a shot. But if you think start with the second one, I will do that. That one I think is another one that I don't know. There's just stuff that's kind of on my radar, but not really at the same time. Kind of lead a pioneer caravan. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Let's do that. Let's get some dysentery. Is it basically just like Oregon Trail, but first person? That'd be fun. Okay, wow, man. Time flies. Time flies when you're having fun, huh? I've been having fun with these, and I appreciate you guys showing up. Mark, you've been here for 2 episodes, and it's been nice. It's been nice to have people to play off of. It's really cool. I appreciate you being here for sure. I'm thinking this might be my schedule is 5 to 6 Monday through Friday for streaming. We'll see. Sort of. It's more of a story, Mark says. Okay. Yeah. I'm intrigued. I'll pick that one up. If you got any more suggestions, throw them down in the comments and I will look at them. But I'm going to go to a commercial break real quick because I want to get in on my main topic today, which I'm really excited about. This one, I don't know how people are going to feel about it. It's in the thumbnail, but yeah, we will talk about my Batman 66 reboot when we come back. Be sure to get 16 to 20 hours of sleep a day to make the most of those naturally occurring and rejuvenating bed sores. All right. So, commercial break. Watch out for bed sores. I mean, work on your bed sores? I don't know. John's always got your back. He knows more than I do. Well, anyways, now that we're back, I want to talk about something. I want to talk about my idea for where I think Batman should go. You know, we've had all kinds of Batmans. We started with Adam West's Batman, you know, super campy, super just kind of psychedelic, very much of its time. And then we started getting, you know, the Tim Burton Batman, and then on to Joel Schumacher. She got more camp, and then Christian Bale. You know, we finally got to that grittiness, that real raw Batman. You know, and move on. You got Ben Affleck, who I don't think he was a bad Batman. I don't think he was given much to work with through the films he's been in. And I think he's supposed to pop up in The Flash still, too, on top of Michael Keaton reprising his role as Batman, which that'll be real fun. And now we have Robert Pattinson, if you will, as super emo Batman, because he hasn't figured out who Bruce Wayne is yet. I will say I did enjoy this new Batman quite a bit. I thought it was a fun, weird take. There might have been scenes that could have gotten cut down a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. So I was thinking about where would we want to go next with Batman, and we've done so much stuff. We've gotten so raw and gritty. I'm sure there's room for more of that for sure, but I think we need to come full circle, and I think the next Batman we get should be. And I know I've heard people saying, yeah, let's get Jon Hamm as Batman for a long time. I agree. But let's get a reboot of the Adam West Batman, and let's make this super weird, super wacky, and just a whole bunch of live action comics. Comedic actors. And I wanted to start with Jon Hamm. He is a perfect looking Bruce Wayne. Batman, he's got the jawline. You know, he could pull it off. But Jon Hamm has a great comedic sense of timing. I think using him as our Adam West Batman would be a really fun upgrade from what we've had before. I mean, this guy's super talented. He's Mad Men. I I like seeing him pop up in random stuff. One of my favorite cameos of all time with Jon Hamm is on a show called Toast of London, and there's a whole episode where he plays himself, and Stephen Toast, Matt Berry, who we will definitely be talking about Matt Berry, not just in later episodes, but today. We will be talking about Matt Berry today. Matt Berry's Stephen Toast gets a man crush on Jon Hamm, and it's really, really funny. I think Jon Hamm could give us the Adam West that we all deserve. A new take. Obviously, we're not trying to remake Adam West's version, but we want to go back to this silly, campy version of Batman. And so this is who I have as our Batman. Now you may ask, well, John, Batman, especially in the 60s, had his Robin. Now this to me is maybe one of my funniest casting choices, because Robin, there's problems with Robin, or there can be, particularly with like age. You don't necessarily need a little kid playing Robin. James Marsden as our Burt Ward. That's who I'm going with. And I know he's only like a couple years younger than Jon Hamm. But I mean, think about it. He's got the comedic chops, and I don't know if you guys seen Sonic or Sonic 2, but he's also really lovable. I mean, he's got that kind of persona to him. He's in so much funny stuff, but he's also in a lot of serious stuff too. I mean, a lot of people remember him as Cyclops from the original Fox X-Men movies. He didn't get enough to do in those. But James Marsden's great. There was an episode of Modern Family, I think it was, where he plays like a hippie that's like living in one of the kids' plastic playhouses in their front yard or something like that, and he's claimed squatters' rights. It's stupid, it's great at the same time. But you might be asking, hey, oh yeah, Pat, we did mention, well, I mentioned James Marsden for Robin last night. I don't know if there was anybody else mentioned, but I do think this is a funny choice. And it's even funnier because they're like 2 or 3, Jon Hamm and James Marsden are like 2 or 3 years apart in age. And so, I don't know. I think there's also some humor to be done with their dynamic. That could be done pretty well. But some people may be asking, well, if we're doing the 66 Batman, well, I know there was a lot of villains throughout the whole series, but to me there was the main 3 that kind of always hung out together. There was the Joker, the Riddler, and Penguin. And we all know, what was it? Cesar Romero played the Joker in those. I have this. That's the Joker we're modeling after. The board shorts Joker. Cesar Romero, if you didn't know, he had a mustache. when he played the Joker, and he kept the mustache. He didn't shave it. He kept that. He kept that stash, and they just painted right over it. So if you watch any of those old Joker episodes, look closely. He's got a mustache just there under the face paint, and it's hilarious. So there's this one's been a fan casting for a while too for a potential Joker, and I don't think he works in some of the newer takes as the Joker, but I do think that Sacha Baron Cohen might be a good Joker, or a good Cesar Romero Joker. I mean, imagine him with a mustache, not shaving the mustache, and then doing the clown paint. I mean, this dude has had this dude's like a comedic genius. I think he could definitely pull this off in a comedic way. He could he's a good actor, so he could probably do a darker role. But I think this might fit him a little better because of the angle I think they could take with this whole thing. Now remember, we have Jon Hamm and James Marsden, and now we have Sacha Baron Cohen as my Joker. It is an intriguing pick. I agree, Mark. So in this crew of villains, like I said before, we have three. There's the Joker, and then the Riddler. This one is even for me, this was my pick for sure, and I could think about it a little bit more, maybe come up with or if there was a casting process involved, I'm sure I could find somebody else. But I also think that this guy might be an interesting Riddler. Not necessarily because not necessarily because I think he would show up to orgies with Batman and the Joker, which apparently that happened back in the day. Was it Frank Gorsh was the original Joker? I think that was his name. I'd heard stories that they had Batman, Robin, the Riddler, the Joker, maybe some other people, they had attended some adult parties. Imagine being at a party and like the Joker shows up or something. And yeah, these villains, again, I just want to remind people, I'm not trying to make the most gritty, realistic Batman here. If you pick him for I don't think there's definitely no Kardashians going in any of the casting that I have. Just there's not to say that they don't have their own talents in their own ways. I don't think I would cast them in anything acting wise that I was shooting. I say that now, but anyways, there's no Kim K. No Kim K for Poison Ivy. Actually, I do need a little bit of help here towards that. I want to finish up the last two castings that I have, but the last casting is actually kind of up in the air, and I'll tell you why in a second. But after Caitlyn Jenner for Harley Quinn. Let's go. Imagine Caitlyn saying, Bruce? I'm sorry. That was bad. I mean, that's something you get inevitably in every Batman movie is somebody saying, Bruce? Anyways, I'm going to move on from my Pete Davidson pick for the Riddler. I think I might have mostly picked him because I think it'd be funny to see him in a tight green leotard with purple underwear over the top. So that's what I got for my Riddler. And finally, for our main villain lineup, we've got the Penguin. He was a big part of the original series. You know, he's got the purple top hat and the monocle and the long cigarette, whatnot. Well, I think there's really, for me, only one person who could play that and hold up, stand up against all of these other comedic actors. That's right. That's right. This might be my crown jewel casting for this project I got going on here. This is Matt Berry. I don't know if you know Matt Berry. I'll give you a little rundown if you don't. Matt Berry is a British actor. He is, as Pat says in the chat, absolute legend. You know what, Ryan? I just saw that. I just saw you write John Candy. I had thought about actually John Goodman originally. That was one of my picks, but then I thought about it and I was like, I think I need to cast Matt Berry in something. And this I think is his role. In the John Burkhart cinematic universe, Matt Berry is my Penguin. He if you don't know him, he's a British actor. I first saw him on The Mighty Boosh. He plays some character. He's played. I don't know if he played multiple characters. A lot of the actors in The Mighty Boosh did. I think he just played. Was it Bainbridge? I think he just played the zoo owner in the first 2 seasons. And then Garth Marenghi's Dark Places. Oh God, that's awesome. Toast of London, like I mentioned earlier, and what else? There's a ton of stuff. He had a one-off series called Snuffbox. It's really funny. He's in What We Do in the Shadows TV show. He plays one of the main vampires in that. So I think this is what I have. This is my pick for the Penguin. This is my going back to wild and crazy psychedelic Batman. This is my pick for our Penguin. Now, I was saying I need some help. This is where I need some help. Catwoman. There's a lot of hilarious women that could play the role. And I think it would be funny. I only have one person cast here, and I'll show you. It's Lake Bell. She does the voice of Poison Ivy on the Harley Quinn series. She is super talented and really funny. And I do think she could play the Catwoman role. But I also think that there were multiple Catwomen in the original. There was Julie Newmar and oh my gosh, why am I forgetting? Oh my gosh, I feel so dumb. Wow, I can't believe I'm forgetting Julie Newmar. Oh my gosh. Eartha Kitt. Thanks, Ryan. Oh my God. Why did that? Forgive me. It's just slipped my mind. Eartha Kitt. So we had at least 2 Catwomen on that original. And I think it'd be funny if maybe, you know, if maybe we cast multiple Catwomen, and so you had, like, you know, Lake Bell in one episode, and then all of a sudden it's a different actress in another episode, and then they recast again. I think that'd be really funny. But I do think Lake Bell, whoops. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just saw this, Pat. And Lee Merriweather. She was also one of the Catwomen. So that's 3. That's 3 three Catwomen in the same show. So I think that would be a fun cast too, is to just get multiple Catwomen in there. So that is my pick for my Batman 66 reboot. Do you guys have any suggestions for alternate castings for any of these, or who would play a good Catwoman? I know there's a ton of other villains that popped up in the original Batman 66. There was there like a King Tut? I don't remember if that's what he went by, but he was basically a fat white guy that played an Egyptian. Yeah, I can't remember. There's a bunch of like that's where you have a bunch of the like just random characters, the random villains that pop up here or there. Oh, whoops. Closing tabs. Didn't mean to do that. All right. So, yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me know. And is my my Batman take off base? Do we need to go darker? Do we need to go more gritty? Do we need to like do we need to make Batman a military leader of some sort and just show the brutality of what it is to fight crime on the street? I don't know. I could use some humor in my life though, and I think a new version of the, you know, bat shark repellent spray. It'd be I think we need it. I do. I think we need it. Well, guys, it's about 6:00. My show notes have just scattered things left. I have some music stuff, kind of. Just really song recommendation. You know, the other day I talked about Mars Volta. Today I'm gonna ask that y'all check out a song called Autonomy. I know Pat's heard it because he's heard it in my car way too many times. I put it on constantly. It's called Autonomy, and it's by Boy Harsher. There's some feature. There's a featured singer on there. Is it Cooper B something? Sorry, forgive me. Yeah, I don't remember. You'll find the song. It's on YouTube. It's on Spotify. It's on all that stuff. The video's fun. I think the video works really well with the song in general. So yeah, check out Boy Harsher. That's Boy Harsher, HARSHER, and the song's called Autonomy. It's just a great song. Excuse me. Sorry, man. I just super gassy again. I wonder if it's like an allergic reaction to streaming. I only get gassy when I'm on camera. Oh, well, I'm sure you guys would love to see how the rest of my night plays out. But I'm gonna call it. What do you think of my Batman 66 reboot idea? Let's make it happen. If you have John Hamm or James Marsden, Sacha Baron Cohen, or Matt Berry's phone number, hit me up. I got some business to propose. Last thing before I go is again, check out wilddinosaur.com. Helps me run this channel. Basically, when you buy merch, it helps me afford subscriptions to things or new gear, or me finding a new studio eventually. That's a big one I want to get to, is finding a new place to record the streams and have a little better setup. And I'm gonna be working on trying to get Zoom calls set up too, so I can take Zoom calls on the show and have discussions with you guys live. The last thing is, if you missed it yesterday, really important cause to me is women's health and reproductive rights. And things are pretty bad right now in the United States regarding women's rights, women's reproductive rights. It is more than that. I don't want to. There's larger implications to the things happening in this country than just, well, women don't get to choose. Yes, they don't. And there's a lot of things, trickle down effects from those. So I also have a link to donate to Planned Parenthood in the description of this. So if you guys are so inclined to go support Planned Parenthood during this really terrible time, they need it more than ever. And I am urging everybody to go support not just Planned Parenthood, but all the women in your life. And hopefully we can get to a better place. So if you guys don't mind doing that, I would really appreciate that, and I'm sure a lot more people than just me would be appreciative of that. So with that said, I hope you guys have a good evening. It's 6:03 Pacific time, so this is where we're calling it. Hope you guys have a good night. I will be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Same Jon time, same Jon place.